He was punched and fell down to the ground, but dodged a flying kick. A skater ran and swiftly swung a skateboard at his neck. When Skater grabbed the gun barrel, a rifle shot did ring. The kid was down but tightly held his AR on the sling. AR on his sling. He set up fast to see a pointed pistol threatening harm. He'd only time for one quick shot, so he looked towards the arm. A well-aimed shot was all it took to neutralize the gun. The kid didn't walk towards the cops with no reason to run. No reason to run.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Courting. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. There's nothing like triggering the leftoids to generate a lot of profit. You know, last week I talked about Alex Jones's new video game, which is a wild, hilarious, fun game to play. It even inspired me to consider putting together my own video game as well. I'm in the talks with the company that developed his game, so it could be interesting. Leave your ideas in the comment section down below. Obviously, I don't want to do the same thing, but I thought maybe I'd take a crack at something fun too. Well, about 1 year ago, the legal system did the right thing and acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse of defending himself against Lunatics in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And today, he's back, bursting back onto the scene, trending #1 on Twitter, with a wide variety of people absolutely melting down, losing their minds that he's daring to earn any money whatsoever. See, the media, the left, everybody wanted this guy destroyed. They wanted his life ruined. They wanted him in prison. And even when he justifiably, in my opinion, was acquitted of defending himself, it wasn't enough. The mainstream media continued to pursue trying to destroy this kid's life. And the fact of the matter is, he's never going to be able to live a normal life now, because of what happened that day, because he defended himself. The media will never let him work. They will never let him go to college. They will never let him have a family without trying to ruin it. Well, I'm here to help trigger everyone else a little more, because Kyle Rittenhouse has a brand new book out and everybody's melting down. By the way, shout out to Coffee Brand Coffee, who launched their Black Friday sale today. 20% off site-wide, 10% off gift boxes, 60% off the Roaster's Choice program's first month. It's the biggest sale we've ever done. It's Black Friday all week long. Pick up your gift boxes, stock up on your coffee, tea, or cocoa, or premium snacks, and support Coffee Brand Coffee, which has also committed to $25,000 in advertising on Twitter amongst the large-scale advertiser abandonment over the Media Matters hit piece. Now, if you look at Kyle trending on Twitter, you can see Kyle spared the world of a terrible human being. He deserves a medal, quite frankly. Jack Posobiec, God bless Kyle Rittenhouse. Congrats on the book. Well, he put this out 2 years ago today. I'm sorry, it was 2 years ago. I thought it was last year. Accused of unjust charges, I heard not guilty 5 times over from a jury of my peers who heard the facts. My case split the nation into opposing sides fueled by emotions, politics, and misconceptions driven by the media and political figures. Today, I want you to learn the truth and know the real and honest version of my story without filters or an agenda. My story of survival, resilience, and justice is now available for pre-order. So he's got RittenhouseBook.com. We look at some of the people here, not to mention Facebook censored people defending you and block users from posting facts and videos about the incident. I'm sure that's in the book. Another egregious violation of American principles by a big tech oligarch in attempts to hide the truth. You see here, you should be given a medal, 2 trophies, and a medal, in fact. You did a great public service. But if you go and look at the reaction to it, the left is melting down because, he's going to sell a few copies of this book. I don't think he's going to get rich and never have to work again. I'll buy it to support him, and you should consider it too. between Rittenhouse's book and Mark Dice's book, I've bought more books in the last week than I have in the last year. I guess that's kind of a self-own, though. By the way, in August 2020, then 17-year-old Rittenhouse defended himself against JoJo, the guy that loved those kids, and the bicep guy. Now, again, the 20-year-old now shared the cover of his book, acquitted, to social media. We already read that post. You see here, acquitted's impending release divided social media users, with social media user Matthew Meadows calling the book repulsive, not even worth of being a doorstop. Jane T wrote, sickening, just what we need. This is completely absurd. Then you see, I don't understand how anyone can milk the passing of two people for every dime they can get. Well, first of all, the prosecution of Kyle was completely politically motivated. It drained him of every penny he had. Also, in my opinion, he was surrounded by vultures that took whatever money he had coming in from public support and spent it on their own needs. That's just my opinion. I can't say, that's not a fact. I don't know that, but I do know that, again, I'm saying these people are, they don't want him to have a living. They don't want him to be able to earn anything. They don't want him to have a life. They want him in prison, and they are devoid of any actual ability to understand the facts of the case. And they don't want to. They don't want to understand the truth. They don't want to understand what happened to him. They don't want any of that. I mean, I think that it's wild to me. I mean, the people that he defended himself against, too, are also quite terrible. You see the book here. It says, I never wanted to be a public figure. I was homeless as a small child and raised in government-subsidized housing. My goal was to be a cop or a paramedic. I went to Kenosha to help my community, not become a whipping boy for the national debate. In less than 3 minutes, the direction of my life was horribly altered when I was forced to defend myself with deadly force. So now, I'm sorry, so much was said and written about me that was not true. Now, for the first time, I want to tell my story. My name is Kyle. I was attacked. I defended myself. I was, prosecuted, and I was acquitted. I guess I don't know where he's selling it. Oh, it looks like he's just selling it right from his website. I think that the meltdown around this is pretty hilarious. Now, I've invited Kyle onto the show. In fact, he might have literally just texted me back in real time. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll have him on this week probably to discuss it. But if you look at the quote tweets on this too, you see a lot of truth that you wouldn't have seen before under Twitter's previous ownership. God bless Rittenhouse. Congrats on the book from Pasobik. Legal mindset. Never forget how much the mainstream media lied. Politicians weaponized justice, and woke prosecutors abandoned due process in order to convict an innocent young man in their war against the Second Amendment. Truly a landmark victory against the odds. You have seen, of course, Kyle did nothing wrong. And then you see these weirdos, right? Again, this guy, look at this meltdown. This guy got 10,000 likes, right? The truth is, Kyle Rittenhouse purchased his weapon with the stimulus money he received from Donald Trump. He had a friend purchase it for him because he was too young. Love those laws. He then went to a place of known unrest with a firearm and no training to play judge, jury, and executioner. It was his fault that they attacked him? I'm confused about that. And look at how the first person that went after him had a plastic bag of toiletries. Yeah, except he was also attacking him. The second was responding with a skateboard. Oh, they're truly heroic. Remember when that idiot went on the stand and admitted that he was going to, use his weapon against Kyle? The third pulled his weapon because of an active event. This is only one I could have given a pass on because he pulled as well. That things were overlooked leading up to the insane Kyle wanted to go after somebody so bad he could taste it. I'm sorry, did you know? Who is this loser? Ryan Shedd. Oh, a veteran too. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, it's interesting he has mental health in his bio. All these people having complete meltdowns because they hate the Second Amendment. By the way, no complaints about these other criminals who were armed. No complaints about these idiots burning down a city in my state. No problem with that because they support it. They don't want people to be able to defend themselves. That's the end part of this. You see this? I remember asking my brother if he knew about Kyle's story. His response, "Oh, that kid that ended black people at a protest." My bro isn't up on news or politics, but the story the media swung was disgusting and dangerous. I remember, yeah, most people thought the people that he defended himself for, even still today, think they were minorities. And remember Mark Ruffalo saying "Rip JoJo," even though that's what he did to young boys' bodies. Look him up. Look up his criminal record. I'll never forget the massive censorship that happened. Hey, Nick Adams, I just purchased 10 copies. I think, I'm hoping that he makes a ton of money off this. I hope that he sells a bunch of copies. I purchased 150 copies of it, handing out my local Hooters. I mean, I don't suspect that much. But hopefully this kid gets enough of a nest egg that he can actually go out there and, actually protect himself financially. These people, conservative grifting 101, go to an emotionally charged event, openly carrying a way to defend yourself. Again, these people had no problem with them burning down cities in Minneapolis or burning down cities in Wisconsin or New York, also being armed. These people want him off the planet. They want him destitute. And I couldn't be happier for him. I hope he takes this money and spends it wisely. I hope lots of people buy the book, and I hope he's good with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.